God bless you on this day. This is a message from our church to our youth group. My name is Maria Santa. This is Natalia Cruz, and this message is for a youth group that is wonderful, and they are all smart, and we miss them very much, and we love them very much. So today we are going to share with you a game, and Natalia will be leading this explanation for us. I just want you to listen carefully and catch on to some of those things that God is probably putting through this little message out to all of us.
So guys, I don't know if any of you have played this game before. As you can see, it's called Jenga. And you might think it's a very simple game, and it is if you have played it before, but I'm taking it in a symbolic way. So ready? Follow me here. Jenga is representing you, your life, and it starts with the box. You know, maybe it's protecting the game inside, maybe how you feel you're protected by God, by your parents. Sometimes you have to protect yourself or your siblings. So the box is a very important part of the game, and usually we end up just throwing it away. Sometimes we forget about that protection, right? That, oh, my parents protected me when I was little, or, you know, as the older sibling like I am, I feel I have to protect my younger brother or my younger sister in some of your cases. So the box for me always reminds me of that protection. And there's support to that protection, this tape. Simple enough. It's a piece of tape. It's holding the box closed, but that tape has glue on it. And I want you to remember that you always have support in your protection, whether it be your parents helping you and supporting you, whether it be friends that help you in your support and protection of yourself or others, whether it's your sibling, or whether it's, of course, God, who's always there supporting you and protecting you and guiding you. So how simple a little piece of tape can mean or symbolize so much, right? And the game of Jenga, as maybe some of you have played it, oh, it has plastic wrap. I didn't plan that part, but that's okay. Has rules. What else has rules? School has rules, our houses have rules. I still have rules in my house, and I'm almost 30.
Society has rules.
Society.
And rules have a purpose, right? If we had no rules and everybody was free to do everything and anything that they would want to do, we would have chaos. Life wouldn't be easy if it was chaotic all the time. Not that chaos shouldn't be. Sometimes chaos is needed. Turmoil is needed, because out of that, something good may come, should come. So I think right now, society, our world is going through a little bit of chaos.
Nice.
And things are changing and everything seems to be shaking, but there is light at the end of that tunnel, and this chaos that we perceive will end soon. If this plastic was not over these pieces, it would be chaotic. They would all be falling apart right now as we are trying to undo the game to show you a little bit more about it.
But even the plastic is important, because what is it doing? It's holding it together. I always tell you that I'm here to support you in any way, shape, or form. I know my mom, Maria, says the same thing, and sometimes you don't realize it's there. The plastic is invisible. You can't really see it, but there's something else supporting you that's also invisible that we can't see or hear or touch or smell. You know where I'm going, right?
It's the power of the Lord, our Lord who is invisible. And I know that we all want to see things, to believe and understand them. But remember that Jesus told us that you will be blessed because you haven't seen him, but believe and trust him. So trust in those words.
And I'm struggling to take this off, so we're gonna get a scissor really quickly and we will continue talking about this. So I used the scissor, took the plastic off, and got the rules of the game, but even that's another tool. Remember, sometimes you need help in life. You need tools, you need technology, you need assistance in some way, shape, or form. And it's okay to ask for help. My mom went and got the scissor for me. I didn't get up from the chair, but you have to remember that that's okay too, that even Jesus, in carrying his cross, he fell multiple times and had to get up multiple times, and to the point where the guards asked someone from the crowd to help him. Jesus, who was God? So imagine if us being only human, trying to go through life and dealing with Jenga without help is hard. Those tools are needed. So don't be afraid to ask for that help. Don't be afraid to reach out to somebody, anybody, and get that help to help you in this game of life.
So you can look at this structure, right? And it's made up of a lot of different pieces. And the object of the game, it has rules, as we said, and the rules are important because I wouldn't know where to begin if I had not played it before or understood the rules. And sometimes in life, we have to go by the rules in order for us to get the best results, right? And so Natalia just removed a piece from the bottom, from the bottom, and she's moved it to the top. So she has made a choice to move that piece. And we are watching because with every piece that you move, the shape changes, the form that it has changes, and also the stability of this tower changes. And I want you to know that with every decision that you make, every choice that you make in life, it gives a different shape to your life. It may change the form in which you live. That is why choices are so important, and decisions are to be thought through, and prayer should be a part of planning and making our decisions in life. And so here we go, choosing pieces and changing the form with every choice that is being made.
And sometimes those choices are made at random in your life. You want to try? You got to find one to move. And sometimes they're not random at all. You know, you have so many choices that you face every day, from what time you get up, whether you brush your teeth or not, whether you have breakfast or not, to choices that are kind of random, like, oh, am I going to wear matching socks? Yes or no. That's something not super, important, but a lot of you are facing very important choices. You see how it's wobbling? She's trying to go to a lower piece, right? Those choices that you're facing soon, like high school, which one you're going to do, whether you're going to go to school at all or be completely virtual, college, applying to colleges. Some of you are getting ready for that.
Working, not working. Some of you would like to work and don't have an opportunity yet. Others are already working. So those are choices that you have to make, right? And the help that we talked about at the beginning is there for you if you need it. Make use of it. And also the invisible power of the plastic that we talked about before that kept it all together. That invisible strength and that invisible power is yours, and it comes from God. That power is real. That is the power that holds the universe together, that has everything in its hands, right? And so look at how this figure now looks very different from what we had at the very beginning, and the foundation is beginning to change. And I am afraid that if we continue to take pieces out of the foundation, which is the bottom, and continue to pile them up here, it's going to topple over. Because the foundation, the base, if it's not solid, this is all going to topple over. And so what is your foundation in life? What sits at the base of who you are? What are those things that make you who you are? And all of you have been given a foundation by your parents, by those relatives and family members that love you. You have a foundation of a belief system that is based on Christianity. And so the foundation wasn't strong enough to hold the weight of all the other pieces, because we kept taking out pieces from the foundation. Your foundation sometimes becomes weak when decisions are made or choices you make begin to take that foundation apart, and you begin to remove things from it that make you less strong. So what are the things that we have in our foundation that sometimes we choose not to do anymore? Taking care of ourselves. Sometimes we make poor choices with our health, with our eating habits. Some of the poor choices that we make that can affect our foundation is to take up a vice. Some people smoke or drink or do drugs
or eat too much.
That can take away at that foundation that you had where you were building your life, and you want to be healthy, and so you make choices around those things too. And we never want to weaken our foundation. Hopefully, part of your foundation is your beliefs. The belief in a power greater than yourself. The belief that, this is too perfect to be just something that it's just
created at random.
It just is, right? There is something greater than ourselves, bigger than ourselves, that our mind, I think, is too limited to understand.
And I want you to remember that if I don't remove those pieces, it wouldn't happen on its own. So there are a lot of influences that can help or hinder your foundation. So whether it's the choices you make or a power from above that we believe can guide us and influence us and protect us, as we stated with the invisible plastic, it all has a greater purpose in it. Okay, sometimes we allow others to influence and alter our foundations, which that's when you have to remember who's in control of your life. It's you are in control of your own life and your choices. And if you allow others to influence you, consequences follow, whether it's a good influence or a bad influence. Sometimes it's not others, sometimes it's ourselves. Sometimes we rock our own foundations when we're trying something new, testing or reevaluating our lives, our beliefs, our traditions, anything that it is that we do in our life. Sometimes it's the hand of God that is trying to strengthen that foundation and see how it still stands, even though the tower fell. It can always be rebuilt. You can always play the game again. Just like you can have a second chance in your life and rebuild your foundation.
And in order for the foundation to last for a very long time, or to be rebuilt so that it doesn't fall again, I want to tie it into a Bible verse like we always do. And in the book of Matthew, I'm going to share with you from chapter 7, verse 24. And Matthew wrote this for us. And these were words that Jesus shared with the disciples. He says, "So then, anyone who hears these words of mine and obeys them is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain poured down, the rivers flooded over, and the wind blew hard against that house, but it did not fall because it was built on the rock." And so that rock is the foundation that you're using right now to build your lives. You're all making decisions, as Natalia said before, about school, about friendships, about work, about who you are and want to be. And so you're building already on a foundation that has been given to you by your parents, by the people that have influenced you throughout your life, and you are now making choices on your own. Do not allow that foundation to become weak. Sometimes, as we said before, it is our choices that make the foundation weak. But you always have opportunity to strengthen it and to rebuild it. And sometimes when the tower falls, because in life we are going to have many moments where our tower is going to fall, we also know that there are second chances, that there are opportunities to rebuild, and that you have what it takes to do it. So today I hope that you walk away from this lesson with some understanding of the importance of making good choices, strengthening your foundation, including a higher power, the Lord, in your life and in your choices, and surrounding yourself with good influences, with people that are going to help you to build up your foundation and not tear it down.
And we explain the game of Jenga at the same time.
We love you. God bless you.
Love you
Take
very
care.
much.
We miss you. And until we see you in person and until we see you again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Bye-bye.